Hey guys, Procrastination Gaming here and welcome to the channel. This will be my preview for the Detroit Lions versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is going to be in Tampa Bay. Now for the Lions, I don't think this game has any kind of importance in terms of playoffs. I don't think the Lions can make the playoffs regardless of what they do now, just because the way they played the rest of the season and the way the rest of the NFC is going right now. I don't think the Lions are going to be able to make the playoffs. Even if we win out, I don't think we're going to be able to make the playoffs, basically because that means the Falcons would have to finish the season with less than 9 wins, and also the Saints would have to finish the season with less than 9 wins. So I'm just assuming that we're not going to make the playoffs this year. And I know a few fans that are still trying to hang on to that hope, but I really don't think it's very realistic for that to happen this year. Now, as far as this game, the Lions are going to be playing without the right tackle for sure. And there also are 3 other offensive linemen on the injury report. I know Travis Swanson has showed up in the injury report, and also one of our backup tackles is also on the injury report. Actually, I think 2 of our backup tackles are on the injury report. So there's a chance we might be playing a 3rd string right tackle in this game, I think. That doesn't sound very great. We also have our right guard, our starting right guards on the injury report as questionable. And that definitely is not a good thing if you consider how bad the offensive line has been this year for the Lions. This might be the worst offensive line we've ever seen for the Lions suiting up this week. So that's definitely not a good thing for Lions fans. Matthew Stafford injured his hand last week, and I don't know how that's going to affect his throwing. I kind of think it's going to affect his throwing quite a bit, but I guess you can't really know until the game starts. But obviously, if it affects his throwing in any kind of way, that's going to really hurt, and that's going to affect our ability to throw the ball down the field a lot. And yeah, I guess I'm already going into this Sunday with that mindset that we're going to be down quite a few linemen, and Stafford might not play well, or he might not play at all. But if I had to guess, Matthew Stafford is going to try to play no matter what. He pretty much always wants to play. This is definitely not the worst injury he's played with, if he is going to play through it. I don't think it's the type of injury that if he hurts it again is going to affect him next year. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that important whether they sit Matthew Stafford this game or not. But yeah, I guess if the Lions offensive line is really playing very bad this game, there could be a good chance that we lose this game, but I do think we'll win this game. My score for this game is going to be the Lions are going to win 27-13, and that's assuming that Matthew Stafford can still be efficient with his hand the way it is. After Matthew Stafford had his hand injury last year, he was not very good in the playoffs. He missed a lot of open throws. I remember there were a few throws he could have made that definitely would have changed those games. So, getting into our preview here, I think it's going to be very important for the Lions this week to play well in defense. We definitely need some turnovers in this game because I don't think the offense is going to be very efficient for most of this game. And yeah, I'd like to see a few big plays out of Darius Slay. Darius Slay hasn't had a whole lot of interceptions this year, and it'd be nice to see him have a couple more this year. It does look like he's going to make a Pro Bowl, which is really good. I think he should have made a Pro Bowl last year. I think Darius Slay actually played better last year than he did this year. This year, Darius Slay has definitely dropped more interceptions than he's caught. And last year, he was catching more than he was dropping. So I definitely think he played a little bit better last year. So next year, we have Jarrad Davis. And I think Jarrad Davis also has to play pretty well this game just because those Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have some good tight ends. Cameron Brate, as well as the rookie out of Alabama. And yeah, I think Jarrad Davis is going to have to do a better job in covering, especially going into next year. He's not done a good job covering. And he also has struggled a little bit on like stretch plays and screen plays, getting out there and making those tackles. And for him, it's definitely not a speed thing. He's just taking bad angles sometimes. And next year we have Jameis Winston, the Buccaneers quarterback. He has struggled quite a bit over the past few years. He throws a lot of interceptions and he fumbles the ball quite a bit. There's a lot of times when he will get sacked just because he's holding on to the ball too much. He puts his team in bad situations quite a bit. And I think this Lions defense is going to get quite a few opportunities this game to make a play on the ball. That's kind of why I want to see Darius Slay step it up this game and catch one of those interceptions, as well as Jarrad Davis maybe getting an interception. Jameis Winston has been known to force the ball into coverage a lot. And he can make any throw, but sometimes he tries to make throws that he really shouldn't try to make. So hopefully this game we can get a few of those. And next year we have Mike Evans, who is a top 5 receiver in the NFL in terms of skill. He has just not had as many opportunities as a lot of other receivers this year just because the way the Buccaneers offense has been playing. They have not been very efficient, much like the Lions. And for the Lions, the offensive struggles I think are mostly resolving around the bad offensive line play. Now for the Buccaneers, it's mostly resolving around the bad quarterback play from Jameis Winston. I was actually surprised when Jameis Winston was cleared to play after his injury that they went to him, because Fitzpatrick was actually playing pretty well. And I just think Jameis Winston has not been consistent enough to prove that he's better than Fitzpatrick. And I think the Buccaneers are going to be one of those teams that are thinking about drafting a quarterback pretty high next year in the draft. But if we allow the Buccaneers to get Mike Evans involved too much, they will definitely win this game. Mike Evans is the kind of guy who can easily have 150 yards and a couple touchdowns if you give him the opportunity to make a play on the ball. So I think we're going to have to do a very good job covering him, as well as playing the ball in the air, because he plays the ball in the air better than just about any other receiver in the NFL. Alright, so as I said earlier, my prediction for this game is going to be the Lions winning 27-13. I think a lot of that has to do with Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford can be efficient, I do think the injury is going to affect his throwing a little bit, but as long as they can be efficient on offense, they should have no problem winning this game. And I think the reason they should have no problem winning this game is because Jameis Winston and his bad decision making for most of his career. But hey guys, this has been my preview for the Detroit Lions versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.